In the previous few videos, we've seen how we can backdoor any file. So the method I showed you allow you to backdoor anything and make it look like a document, a song, a program, or an image. So our example was an image, but you can do it on any other file. So what you should be doing is gather information using Maltego like we've seen before, and then target the person depending on the gathered information. For example, you can pretend to be a tech support and ask the target person to install an update and combine your backdoor within an executable. Or you can pretend to be a friend or a colleague and ask the target person to run a certain document or a PDF. So the possibilities are endless. In this example, I'm going to pretend to be a friend and I'm going to ask my target to open a picture of an image telling them that I'm thinking of buying that car. So I'm going to be using the picture that I created in the previous videos of the car, and then I'm going to contact my target asking them what do they think of this car that I'm thinking to buy. So I'm going back to this graph that we created with Maltego, and just keep an eye on this here on the right where the information is displayed. And as you remember from Twitter, we managed to see that our target, which is myself, it was Zaid, had a friend called Muhammad, and they had him on Twitter. And when we went on the email as well, we see that the same person has an email address of m.askar@isecurity.org. So that this person came up twice. It came up on the email address and it came up on Twitter. So my target probably has a good relation with that person, and there's a high chance that they'll open something coming from them. So I can contact them on Twitter pretending to be someone who knows Muhammad, or I can contact them on the email. Contacting them on the email has a huge advantage because we can pretend to be m.askar@isecurity.org. We can literally send an email that would look like exactly as if it came from Muhammad Askar. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go to Google. Now I'm going to close this because we don't need it anymore. I'm going to go to my browser and I'm going to go to Google. And in Google, I'm going to search for a mailer. Now you can host your own mailers on your own web service, but you can Google it and look for mailers. And I've tried a few of them, and this one right here was working well. So I'm going to use this one. And it's asking you to put your name. So obviously I'm pretending to be Muhammad, so I'm going to put my name as Muhammad. And then it's asking me what's my email, what's the email that's going to be coming from. And we're going to set it as m.askar@isecurity.org. So the message we're going to send is going to look like as if it's coming from this email. So in other scenarios, you can set the email that's coming from, for example, from support@facebook.com, support@google.com, hr@google.com, whatever email you want to use in here, you can put it in here, and the message you're sending will look like as if it's coming from this email. And the target, it's zaid@isecurity.org, but I'm not going to use that email because that's my work email, so I'm just going to use the test email that I set up here. And we can also set an option for where the message will come to if the person decides to reply to that message. I'm going to leave that empty. And then I'm going to set the subject to check out this car. And then I'm going to set a message, an informal message, because we think that this person is a friend. So I'm just going to say, hey, this car, I'm thinking of buying it. Now you can send an attachment with this, but in my experiments, attachments don't always send successfully. So what I recommend is uploading your backdoor on Dropbox or Google Drive and then send a link of that. So I'm going to go to my Dropbox. And as you can see, I've already uploaded the picture backdoor, which is called gtrexe.jpg. So I'm just going to click on the share. I'm going to get its URL. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this URL to make it look shorter and more acceptable. So I'm gonna go again on Google and I'm gonna look for link shortener, and we're gonna use bit.ly.com, a very famous service. Paste it there. So we're not really doing any hacking in here. It's all social engineering. It's all just making the message look more acceptable. I'm gonna copy this link and send it in the message. And that's it, I'm done. So I'm gonna send the message. I'm just gonna click this, the CAPTCHA, and send the message. So I've already logged into my account, and you can see here that I got an email from a person called Mohammed. And if I hover over it, you'll see that it's coming from Mohammed Askar from m.askar@icecurity.org, and you can even see the picture of the guy, even though we didn't send the email from his email and we didn't even know his password. So we actually just sent it from an anonymous mailer, but it looks exactly as if it came from this guy, and this guy is my friend, so it's highly likely that I will open his image or his message. And he's just telling me that I'm gonna buy this car, have a look on it, what do you think of it? So I'll probably will click on the link. Now this is just Dropbox asking me to sign up. I'm just gonna say no thanks. And now the picture has been downloaded. So if I just open my folder, my downloads folder, you'll see that the picture is called gtrexe.jpg, and it actually has the icon for the car. So I'm just going to make this looking a little bit bigger. So it actually has the icon of the car, and it's called gtrexe.jpg. So the extension is still an extension for an image, for a picture. So let's run this file and see what happens. And if we come back here, you'll see that we have a Windows command shell where we can run anything we want and do any commands that we want on the target system. So I can do cd, I can navigate, and I can do any commands that I want using the Windows commands.